A little backstory on my psoriasis. I was diagnosed with psoriasis when I was 17 years old after I had my first son. I just remember not too long after I had my first son, my scalp, I broke out all over my scalp. And it was like hard crust. And you know what it reminded me of? If you've ever had a child, a baby, a newborn, or an infant who has real bad cradle cap, that's what it was. It was like my scalp was completely covered in this hard, scaly, almost like pus like, sorry, that's my oven, I'm making lunch. It would start off as like moist, and then it would like turn hard, and it would just cover my whole scalp. I was able to go to the dermatologist, and I was able to get medication. It was a shampoo, and it was like an oil. Throughout my life, I noticed that like after me being diagnosed, I did clear up. But then I did notice like here and there, I would have little outbreaks on my scalp and stuff like that. And after a while, I was like unable to go to the doctor or to the dermatologist because I didn't have insurance. And then also for a little while, when I was able to get insurance, I just had state-based insurance. Things weren't covered. You know, dermatologists, it was so hard to find a dermatologist who would even see me with just having state medical insurance. So that was a struggle in itself. And when I did find a dermatologist who would take my insurance, my state insurance, I went in, he saw me, he didn't look me in my face. I was in the office for all of 2 minutes the office was extremely backed up. You know, he didn't have time to kind of like get my backstory, see what worked for me or any of that. He basically prescribed me a topical like ointment, which I'm not gonna lie, it did help. However, it was more for like, I feel like it was more for like skin, like if you have like little patches on your skin, because it came in a little tube, and it just wasn't enough, you know, to tackle what was going on in my scalp. You know, I was prescribed that, and you know, that didn't really help me. And like I said, it was very hard to get the medical attention that I needed with the insurance that I had. So basically what I've learned over the years is I had learned to use, you know, kind of, I definitely felt like stress played an issue. I definitely felt like stress played a big issue in my outbreaks. And I just learned to kind of just manage my stress. I also think that food played an issue. I have a sweet tooth that is out of this world, and I really like candy, and I really like cake, and I really like brownies, and I really like muffins, you know, all that stuff. So if I would notice that I was having an outbreak, I would try to limit those things, because I know, I can't say that I know, but I felt like those things played a role. So stress and what I was eating. So over the years, I just learned to kind of manage it. I also, after a while, started using coconut oil. Very recently, I started using coconut oil. I have seen videos where people say coconut oil doesn't really help their psoriasis and stuff like that, but coconut oil does help when it comes to me. And that's the thing, like I feel like a lot of different remedies will work for one person, but they won't work for another person. And that's just our bodies. Our bodies are made up differently, you know, and you know what my body may take, your body may not take. So coconut oil did help. However, it helped kind of just keep me not so dry. But what I will say is, with this last outbreak that I had, nothing helped. I got to the point where nothing was working, nothing was helping. I feel so grateful that this particular time when I had this particular outbreak, that I have health insurance, and I was able to go to the dermatologist and get meds, because Although if there's a natural way that I could treat something that I have, I usually go that route. But psoriasis really plays with your mental. I felt really down, really out of it, really depressed. I gotta get up and go to work every day. Sometimes I have to present in front of people at work, you know, even just being at work with this scalp condition is like torture. You don't want to come outside. Like, I know I don't. I just rather just stay inside and be done, you know. I'm just inside at this point. I don't want to go outside, you know. So having psoriasis really plays on your mental. So when you're trying to go the natural route and you're having an extreme flare up, I will show you I will show clips of my extreme flare up before I got to this stage, and I'm still not completely 100% clear, or even close for that matter, but I will show clips of how it looked before I went to the dermatologist and got the medications and stuff like that. And I just couldn't deal with it no more. Like, it had left my scalp. Well, no, it was it was on my scalp, but it went to my hairline, and you will see that in the clips before. So not only was it on my scalp, because a lot of times, you know, like if it's on your scalp, if it's on my scalp, I could usually just, you know, put my hair in a ponytail and kind of mask it, even though I know it's still under there. I will comb and pick, you know, the flakes out. And you know, which takes me a long time in the morning. I'm trying to get to work, but I will pick as much of it out as I can and kind of like coconut oil it and, you know, pull my hair back. And you can't really see my scalp. You may not really know. I'll know it's there, but you may another person may not know it's there. But this particular outbreak, which has happened to me one time before, I must say, it spread to past my hairline. I don't know if you can see that, but past my hairline to my forehead. So there's no way to mask that. The first time that happened to me, where it passed my hairline a couple years back, it was summertime. And this is another thing. Sunlight, I realized too, along with other natural remedies that I was doing to kind of keep my psoriasis under control, I discovered that sunlight really helps. So this particular time where it spread to past my hairline and to my forehead, I remember it was summer, and I just put two and two together. Like, okay, my hairline, past my hairline, is discolored, because once it starts flaking, it gets red and it gets discolored. You can see I got a flake right there. So as you can see, I'm still flaking even now. But anyway, the first time it went past my hairline, I just put two and two together, like, it's discolored. Let me go sit in the sun and see if that'll help me, you know, get my color back or whatever. So I did that, and it did help. It really did help. I do live in a cold state. In the wintertime, our winters here where I live are brutal. Extremely cold and brutal winters. So right now it's wintertime, and with this last outbreak, I couldn't get any sunlight. I couldn't just, you know, I was just limited. Thank God I had insurance this time. I was able to go to the dermatologist because I could not take any more, guys. Like, I could not take any more. Okay. And let me just give a quick little backstory about how I came to want to make this video. So during this last outbreak, I started Googling and searching in YouTube about this condition, like psoriasis, women with psoriasis and stuff like that. And I started searching, and to my surprise, I got some videos. Some videos popped up, and what I found is, like, I am not the only one suffering with this. there are lots of people, but when I was on YouTube, a lot of the videos that I came across were like women who suffer from psoriasis, but they would say, oh, you know, extreme dandruff and this and this and that. And I'm like, this, if anybody knows, like, if you have psoriasis, you should know that psoriasis is not dandruff. Like, it's not dandruff. Like, I can literally wash my hair. When I'm having an outbreak, I can literally wash my hair one night, do whatever, oil my scalp, whatever, condition, all that stuff, and wake up the next morning dry, flakes, scaly. And I'm talking about huge flakes. You can search in YouTube like extreme scalp dandruff or extreme flaking or picking of scalp or whatever, and a lot of people like to watch those videos. I also want to point out, I did come across a lot of videos where people are just picking the psoriasis out of their scalp, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely do that when I have an outbreak. Sorry, that's my oven on my this. So when I have an outbreak, I definitely pick my scalp. I definitely pick the flakes out. I don't know why. I think it's two reasons why I do that. I can't speak for anybody else. The two reasons that I came up with is, one, I literally want that stuff off my scalp. Like, I want it gone. I want it gone. So once it pops up, I'm like peeling it off. It's like you want it off. Like you want that stuff off. So I want it off. That's one thing. And then second, it is kind of addictive. It's kind of addictive, like, to peel off a big, huge flake off of your scalp. And I'm talking about, these are huge. This is not dandruff. Not dandruff. So again, if you have psoriasis, or if you see somebody with some cradle cap looking stuff on their head or whatever, it is not dandruff. Not dandruff. Like I said, I can literally wash, condition, oil, whatever, at whatever time at night, go to bed, wrap my hair, go to bed. I wake up and it's cradle cap all over again. Not dandruff. Psoriasis is not dandruff. So I saw a lot of videos referring to watch me pick my dandruff and watch my extreme dandruff. And I'm like, people need to know that this is not dandruff. People really need to know that. People need to know that psoriasis is not dandruff. It's something totally different. So it's not dandruff, it's something totally different. And people need to become knowledgeable about it. People need to become knowledgeable about what psoriasis is and not judging people. Because a lot of people think that, oh, girl, your hair is so dirty, like, you're just not washing your hair or whatever. And that is not the case. Like, this is an autoimmune disease. And it has nothing to do with how clean somebody can keeps their hair or whatever. So I feel like people should know that. Again, those extreme picking videos, so I get it. I could see why people do those, and apparently it's kind of like soothing for people to watch. I like ASMR, so I get it. You know, like, different things are soothing for different people, so I get that. Me personally, I will probably never make a picking video. Sorry guys, if that's what you want me to do. I probably will never make one, just because I just don't want to. So these medications were expensive, extremely, extremely expensive. This one would probably came out to like $60, and my insurance did cover part of this. That was what was left over after my insurance covered their portion. This was $60, and this was probably like over $100. I want to say it might have been like $120 after my insurance covered their portion. So you know, if you can get them, if you can go to the dermatologist, great. If you can't, it's like you got to figure out what works for you. Again, like sunlight, different type of oils. I've heard tea tree oil, I use coconut oil when I will say, for me personally, like if you go to the beauty supply store, they have a lot of oils. They have tea tree oil, coconut oil, and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's not the pure version of the oil. It's still mixed with other chemicals. So a lot of times I would go to the beauty supply store and I would get these oils and they wouldn't work. They would actually make my scalp worse. If you have that issue, try to go to like a health food store or something and get like a pure version of the oil so that it doesn't cause any other problems for you. So like I said, if you're able to get meds, great. But if not, you gotta try to like find what works for you. There are some over-the-counter things that I have tried, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. I don't know. This I've tried. This has like tar in it, so it's brown. And it smells kind of bad. I tried this. This is over the counter. Bought this from Walgreens. Tried it. Used it for about 3 weeks with this current outbreak. This is my first time trying that. Used it for about 3 weeks. Current outbreak, nothing. It didn't work for me. It did provide me with some relief because it was just kind of like soothing. But once it would dry out, I would be red and flaky again, so like by the end of the day. So that helped me like get out of the door and get to work and not look so bad, but it was like a temporary fix, very, very temporary. And there was this other cream that I cannot find. I could not find it anymore, but I used it and it definitely was not this, because it was actually like white and it was not brown. It was actually like a white cream, but it came in a tube like this. And I actually felt like that kind of worked for me. That with the combination of being in the sun, that it really helped. But I can't find that anymore, so I don't know. I don't know if they even still sell it. As you can see, I was able to get, with the medications prescribed to me by the dermatologist, I was able to get my scalp to a point where I could go to get my hair braided. I was able to get it to a controllable state where I was able to get my hair done. I'm sorry, I keep getting phone calls. But anyway, I was able to get it to the point with the help of the medication prescribed from my dermatologist. I was able to get it to the point where I was able to feel comfortable enough to go get my hair done. So this is what I got done to it. As you can see, I am not completely clear. I still have discoloration around here. I still flake. I lost a lot of hair, guys. A lot of hair with this outbreak. I lost a lot of hair, and I am right now pissed about it. I'm so upset because I had went natural. I stopped getting perms. And I started to, because I used to wear braids and sew-ins a lot, I started going to get my natural hair done, and it was so pretty. And I'm going to put pictures in here for you guys to see. It was finally getting nice and pretty and healthy. And I was finally getting used to wearing my natural hair with my natural hairstyles and stuff like that, just my regular hair. And with this, once at this outbreak, took me out, guys. It took me out. Like, I lost so much hair on the sides, like literally bald spots, like just from like picking, because like when I would pick the flakes from my scalp, like my hair would come out with it. So just from that, like I lost a lot of hair. And so now once I take this out, this was just like a quick fix so that I could get some relief. I was able to get it under control, but like I said, I still have some, I'm not fully recovered. I will be glad when I can get some sun, because that's gonna help me out a lot. So I just wanted you guys to see you know, what I'm going through and be a voice for everyone who is going through this issue or a similar issue. And I just want to keep you guys in the loop. I am starting a YouTube channel. This is going to be my first video to my YouTube channel, and it won't all be about my psoriasis, guys, but I am going to take you through the journey with me. So if I'm ever having an outbreak, or if I ever you know, have anything to say about my psoriasis, it's a part of my life. You know, I suffer from that. Like I said, it's never going away, and I do want to share my experiences with you guys, you know, just to be a person out there who, you know, somebody can click on a video and go to and see, you know, what I'm going through and maybe relate to what I'm going through. So I just want to be that person. But like I said, I am starting a YouTube channel, and my videos won't all be about my psoriasis. It'll be about other things. So after watching this video, if you feel like you would like to keep tabs on me, no, I'm kidding. If you feel like you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to like the video. I will be putting out other videos for sure. For sure. So this is the start of my YouTube journey, guys. And this is what I wanted to start with because I felt like it was a good place to start. And introducing myself to you guys and putting it out there and being a person who people can relate to if they're going through the same or similar issues as me. So thank you guys for watching. If you watch, thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.